The Batman, I am happy to announce, is both new and fresh. Even thinking those words, it's hard to fathom that being a possibility, considering we're talking about a comic book movie, let alone a Batman movie. However, Matt Reeves has pulled it off. Aesthetically and story-wise, this is like no other Batman movie that has come before it. It plays out more like a psychological thriller than it does a comic book movie, and with every scene the intensity just ramps up and the movie seriously goes from strength to strength. Story-wise, it focuses on the Caped Crusaders' second year of fighting crime in Gotham, so we don't have to go through the Thomas and Martha Wayne dying again, thank God. It just focuses more on the underworld of Gotham and the origin stories of many of the rogues gallery. The story plays out like a puzzle. We are introduced to different characters and are shown just how bad the corruption is in Gotham. The Riddler and the Batman both have the same enemies, you could call it. The only difference is Batman's trying to capture him and put him in Blackgate or Arkham, and the Riddler is just trying to kill him. We are taken on a journey with the Batman as he tries to solve the Riddler's clues and work out who he is so he can put him away. And on that journey we are introduced to so many different characters from the Batman Rogues Gallery and are just given a full in-depth encyclopedia of corruption in Gotham. When going into this movie, one of my biggest thoughts, or maybe concerns you could call it, was how Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson were going to deal with not just the Batman, but also Bruce Wayne. Robert Pattinson is terrific as the Batman. Batman is brutal in this, but he's not just brushing off attackers, he's actually taking damage as well. And it's a much more humanized version than we've seen before on screen. It's helped by the fact that most of the story is focused on the Batman rather than Bruce. However, when it is focused on Bruce, they are the weakest scenes in the movie for me. There's a big scene with Bruce and Alfred that's meant to be this huge emotional beat, the big emotional beat in the movie, and it just fell flat for me. It's probably more of an issue with the script rather than the acting, and I hope that in the sequels they flesh out not just the relationship between Bruce and Alfred, but also the character of Bruce itself. I love the duality of Bruce and Batman. That's my favourite aspect of the character, and I really hope in the sequels when they happen, because they're 100% gonna happen, I just hope that it is fleshed out so much more. Matt Reeves reintroduces us to many characters from Batman's Rogues Gallery, and a lot of these characters we've seen before, sometimes many times before, but these versions felt fresh. As you can probably see from the trailer, a lot of these costumes are not very comic book accurate. However, in the scheme of the movie and the fact that a lot of these villains are just starting out their journey, it made sense. I, for one, cannot wait to see where the characters go, not in just performance, but also in costumes. Are we going to get Paul Dano in the full Jim Carrey Riddler getup? Are we going to see that? Is Catwoman going to go full Catwoman with the whip and everything? I am buzzing to see how these characters turn up in future movies. How are they going to evolve from movie to movie in the supposed trilogy? Picking a favourite performance is just so hard because they all brought so much to the story and to the movie itself. Colin Farrell is unrecognisable as the Penguin and is absolutely hilarious. Most of the comedic beats come from him, and the movie itself is way funnier than I ever expected it was going to be. Zoe Kravitz probably had the hardest job of the bunch, having to live up to Michelle Pfeiffer's greatness, my favourite Catwoman by a long stretch. And then you have Carmine Falcone being played by Turturro, who is just phenomenal in this, and every single time he's off screen, you're just clamoring for him to come back. And then you have Paul Dano as the Riddler, who is fantastic. I knew he was going to be good as the Riddler. It just was going to be just spot on. It made so much sense, and my opinion was 100% correct. The final few scenes where he's kind of out of costume just takes it to another level. I can't wait to see where that character goes in the future. It's going to get nuts. Absolutely nuts. Technically, this is my favourite Batman movie to date. Michael Giacchino's score is just glorious. That is going to be playing in my car for months to come. The intensity and emotion that it creates on top of Matt Reeves' movie is just insane. And then you have Greg Fraser and his cinematography. The movie is stunning. The shots at night are just so well lit. It's a sight for sore eyes. He's in the run-in to win an Academy Award for his work on Dune, and I guarantee next year he'll be in the run-in again for his work on The Batman. Visually, it was just the best Gotham City that I've seen. It reminded me very much of the Arkham games that I absolutely love. The Batman, whilst doesn't quite hit the levels of The Dark Knight, is still a magnificent entry into the Batman movie catalogue. There are so many Easter eggs, so many twists and turns to keep everyone excited, fans of the comics or just fans of the films. Matt Reeves, I believe in your vision, believe in the characters and where they're going, and cannot wait to see what comes next. Overall, I gave The Batman a 9 out of 10, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think once you've seen the movie. So make sure you hit me up in the comments and let me know your thoughts once you have. I'm Rio, this has been my positive POV. Thank you for watching. Peace out.